Alright guys, so just to let you know, I'm recording this video on Tuesday night. You guys are probably going to be watching this middle of Wednesday, and on Thursday, tomorrow, at 9 p.m. if you're on the West Coast, Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2 finally drops, and finally we're gonna get a quote-unquote new experience in COD. I say quote-unquote because is it really that new? I don't know, and hopefully it is a new experience. Hopefully it is a good experience, because what I'm talking about in today's video is the past few installments of Call of Duty that I like to call the Dark Ages of COD. Now, I started saying this term maybe a few months into Vanguard's life cycle, definitely after Caldera dropped. And the reason I said it was because even though some of these games sold well, in particular Modern Warfare 2019, I think everybody is mature enough to understand and is logical enough to understand, unless you're a gooch licker, that sales don't mean everything. And although the sales were very good for some of these titles, the overall player reception says otherwise. You go on Reddit, you go on Twitter, you go on YouTube, you go on TikTok, any other platform, there's people that do enjoy the games, but there is a large vocal community, and if you want to say it's a minority, I mean, that's fine. You can sound weird all you want, but the fact of the matter is, this portion of the community is very loud and is very against the direction that Call of Duty has been going in since Modern Warfare 2019, and to me, that is where the Dark Ages of COD starts. We all know the golden era of COD, which was COD 4 through Black Ops 2. We have Call of Duty Ghost, which for the most part was dirt shit. We have the Jetpack era, and then we have two outliers, which would be World War II and Black Ops 4. And to some people, the Dark Ages of COD starts with World War II. To me, it really starts with Modern Warfare 2019 through the present day at Vanguard right now, right before Modern Warfare 2019 Part 2. Every single Call of Duty installment, with the exception of COD Mobile, is included here. MW 2019, Warzone, Cold War, Vanguard, Warzone Caldera. Those 5 separate installments I consider the Dark Ages of COD. The reason I'm making this video before MW2 drops is because I'd really like for us to get the absolute fuck up out of here in the Dark Ages of COD and maybe start seeing some regular shit that we used to see back in the day. I'm not saying we're ever gonna get another golden era tier COD. I highly doubt it, especially with this game, but surely we can climb out of this fat ass hole that Activision and some of these devs have put us in. I know a lot of you guys are fans of MW 2019 and Warzone, and like I said before, you guys are gonna throw 2 reasons at me. 1, I'm part of the vocal minority, and to that I say, prove to me right now that you are in the vocal majority. If we're just a minority, show us the majority and be more vocal than us. Maybe then we'll start seeing things differently, but I highly doubt it. Reason number 2, people are gonna say, oh, but the sales, oh, but the revenue. And like I said before, sales aren't everything, and sales don't equal quality, because if they did, then perhaps you wouldn't have a quote-unquote vocal minority in the first place, right? If these were the highest sales in Call of Duty history and it meant the game was absolutely perfect or near perfect, then you probably wouldn't have that many people speaking up, now would you? But I digress, that's probably the least relevant part about this video. What I'm really trying to say is that there was a huge change that happened at this point with MW 2019 and Warzone, where a lot of things surprisingly became even more about monetization and earning revenue after a point in time where we literally had supply drops. Good God almighty, this new bundle system and battle pass system and seasonal content, this is really where Activision is earning their money. And let me tell you something, as soon as Activision sees a bigger dollar sign, they're going that direction and they're leaving behind absolutely fucking everything. I can tell you right now, I genuinely don't think any actual dev wanted to scrap the classic prestige system. Going into seasonal prestiges and seasonal progression to fit in with the battle pass and the seasonal system that we have, I entirely think is on Activision. And so what changes did we actually start seeing? They completely got rid of the classic prestige system. Every single lobby you get into disbands, and there's this weird new SBMM system where not only are we catering to shitters, we are absolutely doing everything in our power to help the shitters and give multiple disadvantages to people who are simply not shitters. I mean, you look at every single advantage that a shitter has in COD, you start to realize that it's kind of obvious that there's some catering or some favoring going towards these specific players. Why not continue to support the players that have been playing for years upon years upon years? And why are the devs and Activision favoring noobs? Because noobs and casuals will give you more money. Pretend you're an absolute shitter, okay? MW 2019 is a top 1 COD to you. You load into one of the best maps of all time, Euphrates Bridge, and somebody shoots you from across the map with the fucking anime Odin. And you say, that anime Odin, I actually want to buy now. And then you go ahead and then you buy the shit. A lot of these casuals truly do fall for it that easily. You gotta remember that a lot of these casuals are people under the age of like 18 years old. Very impressionable, and if they're irresponsible, which I would guess majority of them are, then they're likely spending mom's credit card money on Call of Duty. More of that revenue goes to Activision, and guess what? The cycle continues. We hop into Cold War. We see this horrible trend start where since Warzone was so successful, you look at a game like Cold War and just try to remember what that game was truly like at its launch. A lot of people tell me nowadays that, hey, Cold War is actually really good. I don't know what you're talking about. Let me just remind you that that game launched with 7 or 8 fucking maps. Half of those maps were absolutely dog shit. There was a ton of remastered maps, and on top of that, don't forget that game was supposed to be developed by Sledgehammer, but because those shitters were feuding with Raven Software, Activision came over, whipped the 2 studios on the back, and told Treyarch to get in here and fix the shit last minute, and that is exactly what happened. The first year of Cold War's life cycle was incredibly boring. There was a lot of bugs, there was a lot of shit that just didn't make any sense, and we saw a lot more catering to Warzone than to Cold War. Look back on all of the seasonal drops. Go ahead and compare multiplayer content, zombies content, to Warzone content. And if that's not enough, let's look at fucking Vanguard. I'd like to just remind everybody that Vanguard is actually a pile of fucking shit. Not just any shit, it's not human shit, it's not fucking dog shit, it's not cat shit. It's some fucking gorilla baboon shit. Vanguard is absolutely fucking atrocious. And I'm not just saying that to be a hater of the current CODs. I'm letting you know right now, if you need any proof at all about why Vanguard is trash, specific proof, specific details, go ahead and look at my previous videos on Vanguard. Absolutely every minor detail about this game was flawed. Progression system, flawed. Damn near every single bundle in this game, flawed and overpriced and not worth it at all. The amount of bugs and almost every single bug that I could cover, support from Sledgehammer, support from Activision. Not only the quantity of content post-launch, but the quality of the content post-launch was all shit. Again, I challenge everybody, go ahead and look at every single seasonal drop for Vanguard and compare it to the Warzone side of things. There was a lot of catering and favoring to Warzone than to the multiplayer for Vanguard, which fucking sucks. Shortly after Vanguard's launch, we got Warzone Caldera, and let me tell you all right now, the reception for Caldera, especially right when it first launched, was absolute garbage. It was not good. The majority of the community, I want to say, actually didn't enjoy it. Tons and tons and tons of complaints for Warzone Caldera, and eventually there were some actual changes made to it, but you gotta remember how sloppy and unfinished and unpolished that integration was into Call of Duty. And in case you don't remember, when Caldera dropped, Vanguard broke, Cold War was experiencing more bugs than usual, and some way, somehow, MW 2019 got affected as well. And let me just tell you, these 5 installments right here, yes, you will find many fans of all of these titles, but let me just remind you how different these games are, not only in design, but in actual philosophy and actual ideology as compared to the previous CODs, even a COD like Black Ops 4 or World War II. Yes, those CODs had flaws as well, very obvious errors. The supply drop system was absolutely dog shit as well, but the system that we have now and the specific community that it caters to, it's very obvious that Activision is looking at the money and will do absolutely anything to any portion of the community in order to hit those sales and those goals, no matter what it means for the actual portion of the community that has been here for years. And if we're the vocal minority, then holy shit, everybody else should start speaking up and be louder than us and let Activision know that what they're doing is absolutely amazing. Am I gonna see that? Probably fucking not. You know why? Because a lot more people do not like these games than you might imagine. I hope to God that we get the flying fuck up out of here and that MW2 is the start of something new, is the start of something good, and is the start of something positive. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Do you think MW2 will be the beginning of the end of the Dark Ages of COD? And if not, let me know why down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the Scad Master. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out this shit. It's been a